Hello Virgo, welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is your messages from Spirit reading for December 2019 for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. I hope you're well, Virgo. So I'm just pulling a Spirit messages card, seeing what the message is for you for this month. Okay. What do we have for Virgo, please? Angel, spirits, guides. Okay. So Virgo, first message from Spirit is ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become more centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Beautiful. Maybe that's a message for some of you. Okay, let's pull another Spirit card. Okay, angel, spirits, guides. Is there any other message for Virgo, please? Okay, one turned over. Let me just grab hold of that. Wow. We have be decisive. Ground yourself and be decisive. And I think one kind of influences the other. When you feel more grounded, more centered, that's when you can make the decisions and choices that you need to make. Beautiful. So let's see the message that the archangels want to send you, Virgo. So this is the Archangel Oracle deck. Archangels, what is the message for Virgo, please? December 2019. Yeah, I mean, it goes with the decisions. We've got life review here. Reviewing part of your life or all of your life. Archangel Jeremiah, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Now is the time to take decisive action. And I feel that certainly for some of you, you can only take a life review and decisive action when you're grounded. Let's put that there. Okay, so a final guidance card. Okay, angel, spirits, guides. What is the final guidance message for Virgo? There's too many there. Final guidance message for Virgo, please. Yeah, be decisive and be determined in December 2019. I certainly feel for some of you, when you find your center, when you ground yourself, find your foundation, that is when you can start making the necessary changes you need to make. It might need that you need to stick at something. Something just won't automatically happen. This sometimes represents hard work, perseverance, but it will pay off. That's the promise of the determination card. Beautiful, Virgo. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, angel, spirits, guides. What's the message for Virgo, please? Message for Virgo, December 2019. So Virgo, we're going to look at the issue or challenge you need help from Spirit on. Then we'll pull a card, advice from Spirit. And then we'll look at the outcome if you take the advice from Spirit. Okay. Okay, what is the issue or challenge Virgo needs help from Spirit on? Issue or challenge Virgo needs help from Spirit on, please. Okay, two cards have come out. We have the Star. This is finding direction. You see, that is the connection to self, the Star card that we're talking about. Grounding yourself. This is self-identity. This is truth, your own truth. Two cards of truth, actually. Okay. So Virgo, let's pull an advice from Spirit card. 4 of Cups. It's coming out quite a bit actually in the Spirit messages this month. And the advice, the outcome, should you take the advice? Beautiful. We've got the 8 of Cups. I'm going to pull one more for that. The Hierophant. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers, Virgo. So let's clarify the issue or challenge for Virgo, December 2019. Okay. Justice. That's coming out quite a bit as well. Okay. Let us clarify the 4 of Cups in the advice from Spirit. The Emperor. Card of Aries. This is a card of Libra, card of Aries. 2 cardinal energies there. Interesting. I'm going to pull one more for the Emperor. Knight of Swords. Okay. And we have the Hierophant and the 8 of Cups in the outcome. Should you take the advice? 7 of Wands. And the Page of Wands. Yeah. Do you know, Virgo, I don't normally turn over the bottom of the deck, but I'm going to, because I have done in a couple of the readings. 10 of Pentacles, because it's feeling right too. 10 of Pentacles is at the end of this reading. There is success, there is value, there is foundation here. This is all. The actions that you're taking are all leading to bring solid foundation, solidity, safety, security in your life again. Whether that's in relationships, solid relationships, whether that's in terms of money and career. I feel for some of you, the direction that you're finding now is where you want to bring back your foundation, success. Yeah. So the Star energy and the Ace of Swords. The Star is a card of Aquarius. The Ace of Swords is very much linked to air as well. This is real air energy. The Star is about hope. About now is the time to hope. And it might well be now is the time to hope again. If you've had your hopes dashed, if you've been at a low point, anything like that, this is the time to feel that sense of renewal, a renewed connection to who you are. You see, this person is naked, and there is something about truth with the Star card, because it comes after the Tower in the Major Arcana, and the Tower pulls down false structures so that you're left with truth, but it rocks your foundation, which is why I feel for some of you, now you're told to ground yourself. Now you have the ultimate success card of foundation, which is the 10 of Pentacles, because some of you might have been rocked in some way, shape or form, and this is new growth, bringing new growth, reconnection to self. You know, sometimes when our foundations are rocked in some way, Virgo, we have only ourselves to rely on. We are stripped of things, you know, when we lose relationships or have problems with relationships that used to be our foundation, that used to be part of our foundation of life. When we're stripped of things like, you know, money or property or career, you know, where there's problems in those areas as well. This is where you have your true self to rely on. This is a time when you reconnect to who you are and begin to hope again. And that hope brings new growth, new optimism, and also new clarity and understanding of how to move forward. The Star, there is the message, follow the Star. It is a directional energy. You're finding direction again. Because I think some of you, you've been through a challenge, my goodness. You know, these two cards together, there's been a lot of reconnection to self here, but you're being given blessings between these two cards. This is a card of blessing. This is a card of being given a kind of gift or a guided gift of a new beginning with the Ace of Swords. This is where You're reconnecting to who you are. That is the crown. Your self-identity, your own power. Understanding that you are the king and queen of your life now and taking back control. That is what the Ace of Swords is all about. There's a realization here. Everything is suddenly becoming clear. And this is about making the decisions that you need to make, the choices that you need to make, speaking your truth. The Ace of Swords can also be, both of these cards are about truth. If truth has been revealed or truths have been revealed, this is where you're allowing yourself to rebuild, move on, find renewal, open up to new beginnings. Everything is becoming clear, having gone through some kind of challenge, because we can see the mountains down here. To get to the Ace of Swords, there would have been challenge. It's been a battle. But this is coming through the other side of a situation and reconnecting to self. And you're being reminded that as this being walks on water, miracles do happen. And you're being blessed now. This is divine blessing. So, powerful message. This is the divine wish fulfillment card, the star. And we have justice here, the card of Libra. So Virgo, some of you could have gone through some injustice and you're coming through the other side of a situation. You're reconnecting to self. There is new growth, maybe having gone through some injustice of some kind. Now, this can be to do with legal institutions, government institutions as well. You know, you can talk about marriage, divorce, custody of children, disputes in contracts in the workplace, tribunals to do with career, division of assets. All of this kind of thing can be linked to that justice card. But this is almost kind of like saying what you put out there, you get back. There is some kind of like karma attached to this card as well. That how you interact with people is what you'll get back ultimately. There is an essence of give and take here. There is an essence of what you put out there, you will ultimately be judged on. You know, justice is a form of judgment in a way. And this is a time to certainly be mindful of your actions, but for those of you who have been treated unjustly in some way, this card restores balance in your life. This is a card of Libra, and the role of justice is to be on the side of truth. And I do feel, because this is the sword of truth and victory that justice holds, and this is the sword of victory and success and truth that is in your reading that you're being given from God, the divine, the universe. So I do feel for some of you, truth is on your side. However you've been treated, whatever injustice you might have been through, whether you've gone through legal systems or whether there's just been some earthly injustice done to you, this is saying now is the time to leave it to the universe, because between these two cards, there is some kind of like message that the universe always writes itself. And now is the time to focus on your path. This is a card of clarity, of seeing the way forward, your own direction, renewing your own path, your own visions forward now. And leaving everything to the universe to deal with in terms of karmic retribution. Now, justice is a card of Libra. It can also be about finding balance again. For those of you who have had imbalances, you might have been through a difficult time, and I am feeling difficult energies around some of you, because you've needed to be determined, and that determination is not an easy card. This is a tough card, the Ace of Swords, to achieve. So you certainly have an opportunity to come through the other side of a situation, but there's a message here that now is the time to restore balance in your life, or strive for life balance, and put something behind you that might have been challenging. Might have brought big change as well for some of you as well. But I think you're ready. Everything is becoming clear. Now, Virgo, we have the Four of Cups. This is the advice from Spirit. So I mentioned the Tower card before. The Tower card is big change, to realigning, to really find your path forward, which is very much that star energy, to find new direction, aligned to who you're supposed to be, your true path forward. The Four of Cups is not as big as the Tower, but it's almost for me like a divine nudge. It's where the universe is saying now is the time to move forward. Now is the time to engage with the new. Now is not the time to stay still, stay stagnant energy, stay in stagnant energy. This is a time for being open to receive as well. And you see, you're being offered a cup by that divine hand. You see here, I'm trying to get rid of the reflection on the card. You're being given a cup offered to you by that divine hand here. And this person has crossed arms, crossed legs. Now that can represent where you're bored. This can be where you're emotionally drained, where you might have been through the mill and you're just not open to receive. But however, this is time. This is the universe saying it's time. It's time to take action. It's time to be open to receive, Virgo. This is where you could have been affected emotionally in a situation. This is where you could just be bored or apathetic in a job or career or something that you're not enjoying anymore. Even apathetic in your current situation, whether you're in a relationship or you've broken up from relationships. All of this energy is just saying, I'm just not emotionally available to open up to new opportunities. Well, this is the divine energy saying now is the time. And you're being given two messages here. It's time to embrace the new. It's time to see the truth of situation. It's time to get perspective in order to be open to new opportunities now. And you have two action cards here. I mean, we have the Emperor, which is all about action. I mean, the Emperor is the ultimate action man. He is somebody who is a force of nature, who understands their own power to construct, to build, to grow, to expand, certainly in their external environment. Very good in terms of business and career, the Emperor. He understands how to bring success into his life because he recognizes his own power. He understands how to use his own abilities to bring success into his life. And therefore he acts on the world. The world doesn't act on him. He holds the staff of life, the orb which represents the world. He shapes his world and his life. The world doesn't shape him because he channels that Mars energy. And the Mars energy is pure power, pure energy that can be used to destroy, like the Tower, or it can be used to construct. And there's a message here that you have the ability now. You've got how many fours? You have 2 4s here. There's a kind of message here now, Virgo, that you're on more solid foundations than you realize. This is a 4. We also have a 4 here. You're approaching something from a more solid position than you realize. And now is the time to take action. Now is the time to take the initiative to bring positive change in your life. You know, I will say, sometimes I get this with the Emperor. It can sometimes be starting small, where if you've gone out of your daily routine, getting up at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time, having a certain structure of your day, you know, all of this kind of energy, it is about getting that back, getting that structure back in your life. It can also represent opportunities in terms of structured organizations. It might well be you're missing out on opportunities in terms of, you know, larger organizations. That can also be a link between the 4 of Cups and the Emperor as well. But this is now the time to take action, because certainly there's opportunity around you. There's opportunity for new beginnings. So allow yourself to hope. And I feel for some of you, and get clarity, the Knight of Swords is taking decisive action. Somebody who is getting perspective, taking decisions, making choices. They have an idea in terms of where they're heading now. There is a focus in terms of direction, life direction, where you're heading to. This can also be making positive progress or positive shifts in a situation when you take action, Virgo. Now is not the time to remain in the situation that you are. Certainly if you're not happy. If you're not happy, there's a message that you need to take action now. You need to get clarity. You need to see the truth of a situation in order to make clear decisions or choices. There's a realization here as well that I'm hoping will spur some of you on, because this is the divine nudge card. You're being pushed forward. And you're coming from a stronger position than you realize. That is the message of the Emperor as well. So now is the time to act. And I think if you do, I mean, this is you taking action. You see, I love the way the cards have come out, Virgo, because this person is dressed in red, which is somebody who's taking action, somebody who's feeling their passion again, somebody who's being creatively inspired. They're beginning to take control of a situation, and that's exactly what that Emperor energy is asking you to do. Take control. There is life with you here. There is something about be decisive, stay determined. Those are all action qualities. The Eight of Cups can be where you're walking away from situations that don't serve you anymore, that don't fulfill you anymore. This can be where you're realizing or seeing the truth of a situation that something's missing or something just isn't for you anymore. You see, we have a missing cup here, and we have 8 cups here. This is the card of abandoned hopes and dreams. And the 9th cup is the wish fulfillment card, where you are walking towards wanting to feel complete, wanting to be happy, wanting to feel fulfilled on every level in a situation, whether that's in career. Some of you it will be in career because we've got the 10 of Pentacles at the end of this reading. Some of you it will be in terms of valued relationships, having solidity and solid relationships, solid foundations. Some of you will be decisive action in other areas of your life, following your passions, making something happen now, walking away from things that haven't worked and walking towards things that you want to work now. And all the time, this is the message of have faith. The Hierophant is a card of Taurus. It is about having faith. This can be a message that you're being guided in your decisions and choices. And we know you are because you've got the Ace of Swords and the Star at the beginning of your reading. So there's a big message of you are being guided now forward in terms of making the decisions and choices that you need to make in order to move on. You're turning your back on a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. Or certainly that's the outcome should you follow the advice from Spirit. Because you see, look at this. Spirit is offering you the missing cup. He's saying now's the time to walk towards what that missing cup represents for you. Beautiful. So have faith. Certainly for those of you who want to find meaning spiritual, it is following your spiritual guidance as well. Yeah, beautiful energies. And I do feel this is the challenge card. It has been hard work, but this is where that determination and perseverance comes in, Virgo. It's not a time for giving up. Against all odds, if you've got opposition in your external environment, if you're facing challenge or interference in any way, shape or form in your external environment, this is saying know your power. Again, this is that Mars energy, Mars in Leo. Know your power to overcome situations. And it comes from getting perspective and direction in where you're going and what you want. Because when you have that, you know what you're working towards. And there's a message here with the Page of Wands of positive change. Now this can come, the Page of Wands, she holds the Ace of Wands. So this can represent positive change happening, the very beginnings of change, the very beginnings of new beginnings as well. So the pages can talk about change, new beginnings, a positive shift, your efforts beginning to pay off because you're being given that wand, which represents your efforts will pay off. There is success at the end of this road. It is going to take determination, perseverance, decisive action. But nevertheless, the Page of Wands is certainly some form of change where your efforts begin to pay off. This is where there's new growth. This is where there's new opportunities presenting themselves as well. Could be in terms of money and career. Could be to do with the passions that you're taking decisive action to walk towards now. Things that you want to make happen. And the Page of Wands says that at the end of this journey, there is an opportunity now to make this one wand grow, expand, flourish, thrive. It is recognizing your own power and potential to bring positive change. That makes all the difference here. So certainly some kind of breakthrough here. And this can be a breakthrough card. Combined with the Page of Wands, there is some kind of breakthrough by the effort that you put into a situation, by channeling your passions and desires, by walking away from things that don't fulfill you, Virgo, and walking towards things that do. And ultimately, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles, the Pentacles energy is about the conscious elements in our lives in tarot. So it can be things that bring stability and structure to us. So our homes, our property, our money, our career, our relationships. That can be friendships, that can be animals, that can be love relationships, that can be children. All of those kind of things are part of our foundation, things that we rely on, that if they're knocked, make us unstable. So that is what this represents. Now, this is generations of family. So there's a message here. It could be that there's an opportunity waiting for you, but you have to get perspective in order to be open to receive it. You have to take decisive action to move towards it by recognizing things that don't fulfill you anymore. And all the time you're being guided. And this is saying that there's success at the end of it. Now, this can represent solid relationships that can go the distance, certainly in terms of family, generations of family. It also talks about the importance of family as a foundation for our lives, and making sure that, you know, we value each other, you know, give each other respect and space and all of this kind of energy. If there's been any conflict in terms of family, Virgo, this is about giving each other respect and space to, you know, express ourselves in the way each of us deserve to. Can link to that Justice card in terms of giving and taking. Now, the Ten of Pentacles can also be about career. There could be an opportunity that you're missing out on right now, and it is about taking decisive action to further yourselves in terms of money and career as well. Because whatever this Page of Wands is, whatever the divine is pushing you towards now, because there's something that could fulfill your hopes, dreams and wishes, either in relationships or in career, now is the time. Because there's an element of being rewarded here, and this is money, this is material success. Beautiful reading, Virgo. Beautiful reading. I'm going to pull a Messages from Heaven card, and it is whatever heaven means to you. I just really like the cards in this deck. So, Angel, Spirits, Guides, what's the message for Virgo, please? Final message for Virgo, our lovely Virgos. Thank you. Virgo, it is trust, love and appreciate yourself. Show respect for you. And it might well be some of you are putting you first, taking actions that you want to make happen now. Maybe not thinking of other people, because you do. You are of service to other people. You are one of the first people there to be of service, to take care of other people. And now might be the time to serve you. Yeah. To abandon things that don't serve you anymore and focus on the things that do. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I hope it's a wonderful month, Virgo, and I'll see you next time.